What's up, y'all? My name is Seth Packan, and this is where small town brains talk about big city nonsense. This is Podunk Perspective. Check 1, 2. Podunk Perspective. We have a special episode for y'all tonight. CRS 2026. I was there back in March, and I got a bunch of interviews with some really great artists, and I want to share it with y'all. Here it is. I am here with PEECH. How we doing?
Doing great, man. Nice to be here.
Dude, is this your first CRS?
First CRS, and it's been fun, busy and fun, and honestly, country music is amazing. So it's nice to be inside.
So what's the experience like for you? Do you have a lot of interviews going on and stuff, talking about some music?
Yeah, just moving around all day. Yesterday, today, second day, and got some shows lined up. We did a whiskey jam on Monday.
Absolutely.
Over at Broadway. Tomorrow we're playing Cannery Hall, so that'll be
That's
fun.
great. That's awesome.
Sick.
So where are you from, and how'd you get into music?
I grew up in Park City, Utah, so a small town just outside of Salt Lake City.
Absolutely.
Grew up a skier, just sports, outdoor stuff, and music just came into my life like in high school. I was like really needed, like I'm not a big like talker of like my emotions and shit. Never have been, always been like quiet kind, and I was like I needed something to get it out like real bad, And I found music with my buddy, and we're just like making fun songs for whatever for fun, and then it turned into just what it is now.
So what made you make the leap to Nashville?
Honestly, it was like a year and a half ago. I really kind of wanted to switch up my music a little bit, and I started writing more like country style records. And this one song, the first one that I released was called Snowfall, and it was like super heartfelt for my dad, and it just came to me, and I was like, this is exactly what I should be doing. This music, like this community, everything, it's awesome. So Nashville's great. No,
for sure. So tell us about the song Tell Me. You put that one out, and that one's done pretty well on socials and stuff.
It's been doing its thing, bro, and like it's one of those, like I wrote it, like the original came out a year and a half ago, and I wrote it in like took like 30 minutes maybe, like maximum. It was just one of those that just flows through.
For sure.
And I was like, I love this. The demo sounded terrible, but I was like, I know this will be great. And I brought it to my guy in Utah, and we sauced it up and put it out, and it took on its like own life, bro. And it's just been it's a blessing how well it's been doing.
No, that's great. So for new listeners, what is your sound, and what are some influences of your sound?
I grew up listening to like literally everything, bro. Like early on, one of my favorites was Mac Miller.
For sure.
Loved hip hop for a long time, 50 Cent, and then like my dad listened to like Red Hot Chili Peppers, and, some more country style stuff. And so I always was listening to everything. So I started rapping, and then I started doing sad songs, and then I was kind of all over the board. And the Lumineers are a big inspiration for me. Zach Bryan now as well. Like, there's a bunch of great music out there, and I just hope I can do my best to make my best as well.
That's great. Who is your dream collaboration?
The dream collab, dude. This one's always a hard one. I really, really, really would love to work with the Lumineers. I just grew up on them, and I've loved them for so long, and they're still so great.
Right.
So Lumineers would be sick. Who else? Like Noah Kahan's amazing, Post Malone.
Absolutely.
Like some of these big guys that I've been watching and that have inspired me so much. So yeah, probably those few.
For sure. So you have a new album coming out. Tell us about that project.
Yeah, Small Town America Volume 2 on April 3rd, bro. I'm so hyped. I wanted to put it out as a full project with V1 all together, but I was like, let's split them up a little bit and make the most out of them, give them all a chance. So the second one's coming out. There's gonna be like 3 new songs. It'll be waterfalled. Like we just released one called Middlemen that will be on it, which I really love. And then 3 new ones. Shine On, another feature in there. I'm super excited, bro. It's just the continuation of the first one. So if you guys have heard the first one, like it really pieces together the whole album. So I'm excited.
So what can people expect with this half, maybe compared to the first half?
Yeah, there's some slower songs on there. The first one was full of a lot of like big hitting records, and like these ones, like I really want to dive a little bit deeper.
Absolutely.
Like so get some emotion out in there, and bring on one of my buddies, Nevy's, on one of the songs. We created this song like 2 years ago, and it's just one that I've been sitting on. Like I need to put this out. It just took a while, but it's finally coming out. So yeah, slow songs, love songs, and but there'll be something for everybody.
Let's go. So what's the tour schedule looking like? You got some shows where people can come out and see you?
Yeah. So obviously tomorrow, Cannery Hall, and then we're going to Utah on the 4th for EP release show. in Salt Lake City. And then a week after that, we're going to Boise, Idaho as well, continue that on. And we're still lining up the rest of the dates, but there'll be a bunch more hopefully coming up soon.
Cool. Well, Primetime family, you heard it first. Go check out PEECH on all platforms. Go check them out on the road and hit them up on socials. PEECH, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. God bless.
We are here at CRS. How are we doing? We are here with Red Faye. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Is this your first CRS?
It is my very first.
Do you know what to expect?
Have not quite a clue, but a lot of people smiling, so I smile back.
Absolutely. So tell us where you're from and how you got into music.
I was born in Oklahoma. My family's been there for about the last 300 years or so, but I was raised in Colorado, in Boulder. But to be quite frank, I got into country because my great uncle was a country singer. And of course, you admire that and you tell him you want to be a singer, and then the next thing you know, you're strumming a guitar and singing with him when he's retired, and had a moment to really center in on me and say, maybe you could do this.
So how would you describe your sound?
A raspy country, sort of pure country, but added to all the things that have surrounded us in this world. So yeah, if that's enough.
That's great. So you have a new single coming out April 17th, looks like. Tell us about that.
Yes, that single was written by a lady named Trish Goldberg, and it's called Everyone But Me. And when I first came across it, it was just like, okay, how to sing this song. It's a very unique song, and it had to appeal to me so that I could make it appeal to people.
For sure.
And so when I sort of found myself in the song, that's when I knew, okay, this is going to be a good song.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So going into 2026, do you have a project planned along the way?
We do. There's some secrets in there, Are you trying to get them out of me?
Yeah, so there's no release dates yet?
Well, the first one, of course, April, and then we'll release about 6 weeks after that.
Amazing.
And then another one after that. And we're just going to keep going.
So what can you kind of give us a little sneak peek what we can expect with the album?
It is diverse. I can say that. I can say that there's things that I didn't even expect to be on the album that were so much fun recording. So I can't wait to even start to make some kind of visual for them.
Primetime, you heard it first. We sat here with Red Faye here at CRS. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, have a good one.
I will.
We are here, day 2 of CRS with Tori Rose. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You doing good. Is this your first time at CRS?
Second time.
Okay.
So I'm feeling a little experienced now. I kind of know what's going on.
So for people that don't know, what's the experience like being here at CRS for you?
It's usually a long day, but it's fun because you get to meet so many people in the industry that you don't usually meet because we're all in the media. So yeah, it's just fun. You get to talk to everybody all day, talk about music, and it's very fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So where are you from, and how'd you get started in music?
I'm originally from southwestern Pennsylvania, and I got started in music honestly because it was the only thing I've ever done. My family loves music. My parents played instruments when they were younger, and I think I just got more of the love for it from them.
Absolutely.
And so I started playing instruments when I was super young, doing musicals in school, and then I started doing it full time at 16.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what made you want to make the leap to Nashville and really hone in on making music here?
Yeah, so when I started doing it full time, I actually lived in Florida, and there isn't too much of a big country music scene down there, and I kind of did everything I could, and then I'm like, okay, I need to go somewhere. And then I saw so many people come up. Oh, obviously Nashville's always been big country music, but I saw so many of my peers from other places moving, and I was like, I think I need to go to Nashville.
Absolutely.
And I just started doing it even more hardcore here.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So who are some of your biggest influences that you would say maybe your music resembles?
I would definitely say Loretta Lynn is one of them. I love Loretta Lynn. I love the sassiness of her music. I definitely love Gretchen Wilson, and I would say Carrie Underwood and Dolly Parton are some of my other ones.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So tell us about your latest release, Easy Going Girl.
Yeah, Easy Going Girl, I wrote all by myself, and I wrote it because somebody said that I wasn't very easygoing, and I think it's just because I'm honest. That's literally just what the song is about.
No, that's great. And then going into this new year, you got multiple singles coming out.
Yes.
Tell us about that. It looks like those were co-written with Mickey Jack Cones.
Yeah, so I've been working on a few with Mickey Jack Cones. He's also the producer in all of them. So yeah, a few of them I did not write, which is very new to me because all the songs I have out, I've written. But I think it's so fun to, if you're able to get songs from other people because, you know, they want to have a living too with songwriting. So I feel grateful that I can record their songs. And like you said, Mickey Jack is one of the writers on it. So that was also very fun that he was also my producer and it was his songs, which is also a little nerve-wracking at the same time. And then I also recorded another song that I wrote with my friend Colleen McKenna, who is also a country singer-songwriter. So we have lots of songs in the works, and I'm very excited to get them all out this year.
Awesome. So if you could choose your dream collab, who would it be?
Emily Ann Roberts.
Dang,
I've literally
quick.
been talking about her all day. I was like, I wish she was here so I could try to meet her.
No, that's so great. So can you tell us a little bit about shows going into this year?
Yeah.
Can people check you out on the road?
Yeah, so I am mostly staying in the Nashville area, just kind of doing a lot of things more locally.
Right.
I am playing Whiskey Jam in April.
Awesome.
Very excited about that. It'll be my debut for that one. I'm playing Raised Rowdy in May. I'm working on my listening room debut during the summertime. And yeah, so I'm staying very local in Nashville, so if anybody's ever in Nashville, just look me up on Instagram and you can find all my shows.
Fantastic. Well, Primetime family, you heard it first. Go check out Tori Rose on all platforms. You can go check her out in Nashville. Thank you. Have a great day. We are here at CRS with Sheyna Gee. How are we doing?
I am surviving, man. Surviving. How are you?
Good. Is this your first CRS?
Technically, yes. I did sneak in like 10 years ago and try to make the rounds back then, but this is my first one that I'm actually invited to.
That's awesome. So where are you from and how did you get into music?
I am from Los Angeles, California, and I started playing guitar when I was 5 years old and wrote my first song when I was 6, played my first show when I was 6, and just never lost the taste in my mouth for music.
Absolutely. So when did you make the transition to Nashville?
I moved to Nashville 10 years ago. This is my 10th year in a 10-year town.
Awesome.
And yeah, it was just, I had been playing country music in California for so long. I felt like if I wanted to go any further, I needed to be where country music lives.
Absolutely. So you just had a song called Mercy come out at the end of February. Kind of tell us about that one and how you came up with that song.
Yes. So the whole EP is out of a 2-week spurt of inspiration where I wrote about 14 or 15 songs in 2 weeks, and I picked the ones I wrote solo, a few of them, and decided to do the whole EP. And Mercy, I felt super lame putting I Lived Life Like a Country Song in a song, but over the last year I got broken up with on the day that my grandpa died. My dog died a week later. My car exploded. Best friend turned out to not be a best friend. And I literally was living a country song and still am to this day. I got left in Texas last Wednesday by a boyfriend. And the whole concept of the song, which is one of those songs I just woke up in the middle of the night and wrote, was even though all this bad shit is happening to me, I still have hope that there will be somebody that wants to be a partner in all this craziness one day.
No, that's so great. So for people that haven't maybe listened to your music yet, how would you describe your sound and maybe who are some of your influences?
Yeah, I always just say I play real ass country music.
Yeah.
It's definitely not radio country. It's definitely, I'm too country for Americana, too Americana for country for some reason. But it's just country. It's just stories, 3 chords and the truth, and pedal steel and fiddle and all the things that you want. And then people compare me to Janis Joplin or Tanya Tucker. So if you just put a cigarette smoking voice on there, it's country with the rasp.
So you've played some festivals in the past, Bonnaroo, C2C, CNA Fest. Tell us about those experiences and how important they are to you.
Festivals are so amazing because you actually get to hang out with the fans. You get to see so many other artists, and CMA Fest especially I feel like is unique. It's not a festival in the sake of like what a normal festival is.
Absolutely.
It's a whole town.
It's a whole town,
festival.
city.
And so that's really cool. This year I'm doing mostly international festivals. So that's always cool because seeing people sing your songs to you that don't speak English is the craziest phenomenon.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to Norway, Switzerland, Germany, Denmark. Those are a few. What country are you most excited for?
Denmark, because I've never been.
Okay.
So it'll be my first time going to Denmark, and I'm headlining that festival, and it's just so surreal. The Nordics are some of my favorite places, and Denmark is one of the only Nordic countries I've never been to.
That's
So
exciting.
I'm really excited for that, but I'm always excited to be in Switzerland. I'll be there in July headlining the Ride West Festival, which is horses and country music, and I was raised doing rodeo.
Yes.
So it's like my two worlds came together.
Right. So you have a release listening party during CRS this week. Tell us about that.
I am so nervous. Most of my events are fan facing, and so I feel so comfortable with fans, but I don't know anybody in the music industry. And so this is an industry facing event where it is only open to industry people, and I feel like it's my introduction to the industry, which is so nerve wracking because I'm presenting them not only with my new project, but something that I wrote every word and produced everything. And so that's so nerve wracking because it's just like, here, have my heart on a platter and judge me for it. And
No, that's so good. Well, Primetime Family, you heard it first with Sheyna Gee at CRS. Go check her out on the road and go check out her music on all platforms. Sheyna, thanks for joining us.
thanks for having me. I hope you have a great CRS and try to get some sleep while you're here.
Absolutely. We are here at CRS Day 3 with Alex Miller. How you, dude?
Buddy, I'm good. How are you?
Good. You're an artist in town, obviously. Where are you from, and how'd you get started in music?
Well, I'm from a little town called Lancaster, Kentucky, which is right around Lexington. And I got started in music whenever I was 6 years old. I told my grandpa I wanted a guitar and wanted to learn to take lessons, and went and took a few, and here I sit.
Absolutely. So who are some of your biggest influences?
Man, I tell you, I draw from the old school, but some new school too. Big fan of Merle Haggard, George Jones, but I like Joe Diffie and Hank Williams and
Absolutely.
Hank Jr. and that kind of stuff.
What's one thing that fans have no idea about you?
Well, I'm a good shot. I'm a real good shot. That's something I guess fans don't know about me because I never had to shoot at them, so that's a good thing.
If you were to go out hunting, what is your hunting choice?
Well, I like turkey hunting if I do go hunting. It's been a minute since I've got to go, but that's my favorite.
So tell us about your recent music you put out.
Well, I just put a song out called Secondhand Smoke. That's been my radio single, and it's been doing really well. In fact, it was number one on for 2 or 3 weeks in a row on the CDX True Indie Chart, which is a big deal. So thank you, CDX.
That's so great. So tell us about this new music you might have coming out this year.
Sure. So I got a new record coming out April the 10th, and it's called More Country Than You. It's, of course, the duet I did with Emily Ann Roberts. But I'm excited about this record, and I think it's the best thing I put out. And I think every artist says that about their records, but I really mean it. I'm real excited about this. It shows maturity in the music and who I am. And from top to bottom, listening to the record, I think you really get to know who I am.
So for people that are just first to listening, how would you describe your sound?
Well, I'm like, if I don't know, I would think my music definitely fits more in the honky-tonk traditional lane, but and that's a lane I like being in. But I don't ever plan on getting out of that.
So who is your dream collab of all time?
Oh my God! Well, I feel like I've already got to do some of my dream collabs, like with Neil Land and Tracy Byrd, but I don't know. Willie Nelson would be up there. Jamie Johnson would be up there for me.
That'd be a good one.
I got to write with Jamie, and I hope maybe something might come of that. Who knows?
So, like you said, you're a writer and an artist. Tell us the difference between the two and how you balance the both.
Well, I think the writer side of me comes out a lot more whenever I'm at home, and I think the artist side of me comes out a lot more when I'm on the road.
For sure.
But the balance for me, I love to write, and I'll tell you a funny story. This past Sunday in church, I was sitting there and I had a cheating song come to me, and I sat there and wrote it in my notebook. But so songs come to me in strange places, and I never thought I'd get a gift from God as in a cheating song. But there you go.
That's awesome. So where is some place that we can see you on the road?
Sure.
What's your tour schedule look like?
So I'm playing quite a bit in Kentucky this year. That's where I'm from. So a lot of home folks get to see me. May the 2nd is my favorite show show, one of my favorite shows. I get to play my hometown in Lancaster, Kentucky. Awesome. And also, I think I'll make an appearance at the State Fair this year at some point. I think I'm opening for Ernest. I don't know if they've announced that or not. But anyways, that's what I'm doing. So going to Norway this year. That's a big package show. That's exciting. Yeah, I don't know how to. I'm gonna have to figure out how to swooze them Norwegian gals.
Is this your first time leaving the U.S.?
No, I actually went. I went south before I went over there. I went to Costa Rica, or Puerto Rico, excuse me, and St. Thomas. Okay, awesome. So I got my tans finally wore off. That was in January.
That's so good. That's so good. So obviously you have some new music coming out this year and stuff. We can see you on the road. What's your social media at?
So my ad is A Miller Music or Alex Miller Music, and that's on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything.
That's awesome. Well, Primetime family, you heard it first with Alex Miller. Check him out on all platforms. CRS Day 3.
Appreciate you, Seth. Thank you.
We are here at CRS with Drew Taylor. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So you're an artist in town. Tell us where you're from and how you got into music.
Yeah, I'm from Canada originally.
Okay.
And I was a firefighter up there and had my own contracting company.
Dang.
And started releasing songs to country radio up there, and things started happening. So we bought a trailer, moved down here, lived in a trailer for a year, and kind of the rest is kind of history.
Absolutely.
Been here 5 years.
So what made you want to get into music?
Just my father was a musician, and I was in an emo screamo band back in the day.
That's awesome.
And I just kind of the country grew on me, and kind of conformed into this kind of emo country thing I'm doing. So.
Absolutely. So who are some of your influences, or maybe some artists you listen to?
Yeah, some of my influences back in the day was a band called Under Oath. I don't know if you remember them, and obviously you got the oldies like Alan Jackson.
Absolutely.
But it's just a collaboration of so many different artists that kind of make me me.
So what's the difference between playing country music in Canada compared to the U.S.?
Canada loves country music.
Right. Oh, I know.
Yeah. Canadian fans. So going back home to play for, my fans is always the best thing ever. But hey, I love America too, and that's why I'm here.
So you were the wild card winner for the Boots and Hearts Emerging Artists Showcase. Tell us about that.
That was really cool. It's always been a dream for me to play Boots and Hearts. That is the festival you want to play. And I won the wild card winner, and it was a great time.
So tell us about your touring schedule and what shows you have coming up, and maybe tell us some of your favorite shows you've played in the past.
Yeah, we got a ton on the books right now. We got a bunch of different festivals here in the States for the summer. My next show is actually tomorrow. I got a CRS showcase.
That's awesome.
So that'll be cool. One of my favorite places to tour is obviously up in Canada. Mm-hmm. We were just on tour with Corey Marks.
Okay.
And we did a big Ontario tour. It was
awesome. That's really cool. So you just dropped a single, You and I Tonight, February 13th. Tell us about that single.
So that song kind of goes back to the alternative kind of music.
Right.
So that song was on radio for me back in the day in high school, and that was the song. And I called Faber Drive Up. That song went platinum for them up there on radio. I said, Dave, what do you think about us cutting that song together and countrifying it?
Uh-huh.
He's like, bro, let's do it. And we hit the studio, and it's doing really well.
So you're an independent artist. Tell us, maybe the difference between an independent artist and, someone that, might be signed and have some other things behind them. And tell us how you leverage, being an independent artist.
It puts a fire under your butt every single day to work harder than everybody else.
Absolutely.
And there's so much talent in this industry, and it's just hard work, and just keep going even on the hard days.
Absolutely. If you had to pick your dream collab, who would that be?
Oh, it's funny. I always say Ella Lang. I've been saying that for 3 years. So. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Tell us about, you got some new music coming out the rest of 2026?
I do. We got this next single, Brantley Gilbert. ended up passing on to me. He was going to cut it. It's called You Didn't Have To.
Awesome.
So that'll be out in the next 2 months. So.
Awesome. That's exciting. Well, Primetime family, you heard it first at CRS with Drew Taylor. Drew, thank you so much for joining us. Catch Drew out on the road and go listen to his music on all platforms. We are here at CRS with Kelsey Hart. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, buddy.
So, is this your first CRS?
No. So I've came the last couple years.
Yeah.
And just done the interviews and hung out and stuff.
So, what's that experience like for maybe people that don't know?
Man, it's really cool running into a lot of people that I don't get to see a ton.
Yeah.
So catching up with a lot of artist friends and writers and stuff is super cool, and all of radio. I've spent the last 2 years touring the country. Meeting all the radio folks,
right?
Get them all in one spot. It's kind of like a big reunion.
For sure. So you're performing at part of CRS's Artist New Faces. Tell us about that and how excited you are.
Oh man, so I was not expecting to get the New Faces role. So that was a big surprise, and I know how big of a deal it is, and just feel blessed to have the opportunity to be in that spot, man.
Awesome. So where are you from, and how'd you get in the music?
Yeah. So I'm from Western Kentucky, a town called Muhlenberg County, and I grew up, man, singing in church, and my mom put me in talent shows and that kind of thing, and I actually right out of school went to be a barber and cut hair for a good little while, and then started making the trips back and forth to Nashville writing songs.
Hey.
So
a barber to an artist.
Barber, yeah. Cutting hair to cutting song.
That's great. That's so good. So tell us about your album you put out, Life With You.
Yeah, so Life With You was the title track was my wife and I's first dance song. And that was, we got married in 2022. The song at that point hadn't came out yet. It was still just kind of a demo that we used for the wedding. And
that's really cool.
Yeah, and then we ended up cutting the song shortly after that and getting it out there, and it kind of done its thing on TikTok and had a big moment. And then we built the rest of the album kind of around that song.
That's awesome. So going into 2026, you just dropped a single in February, it looks like.
Yeah.
Tell us about that one.
Oh, yeah, Anything Like You. So my wife and I just had our first little girl. And so, it was one of them things. I had a write a couple months before she was here. And my buddy Adam Craig, they were about to have a baby too. And I was just like, man, of course he had already had one. And I was like, man, what's it like? What's she going to be like? And he's like, well, just look at her mama. Look at her mama. And so that's kind of where that title, Anything Like You, came from, was just, looking at my wife and wondering what she was going to be like,
So for people that maybe haven't heard your music yet, how would you describe your sound, and who are some influences of yours?
Yeah, man, so I guess a lot of people have thought, with Life With You being my first song, that's a love ballad. People kind of thought, I think, for a little bit that the ballad stuff was just kind of my lane, because that's the song that was going. But our show's like pretty rocking.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a pretty rocking, heavy country show that, and then we do got a few ballads. But man, I was, a big. I've always been a big fan of Blake Shelton, and Brooks and Dunn. Those guys were all, what I grew up listening to.
Absolutely. So then, obviously, for the rest of 2026, there's some new stuff coming out, possibly?
Oh, yeah, man. We've got, April, what'd they say, 16th, 17th, something like that.
Yeah.
We got a song coming out called Love to Be That Guy.
Let's go.
And that one's coming out next. And then we got a release schedule for the rest of the year that we're just really excited about this new music. So.
Yeah, fantastic. Can people check you out on the road? You got some shows lined up?
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of shows, man. Coming, going to be opening for Dylan Scott in April and May, and then after that, going to be playing a ton of festival dates, and got a bunch of dates online. So
cool. Who is your dream collaboration?
Oh man, in the last year or so, I've gotten to be a big fan of Ella Langley.
Yes.
And I think it was pretty cool to, see her up there on the New Faces list too. And I thought, man, that would be That would be awesome.
I've been asking artists all week, and you're the second guy to say that. There's some Ella fellas out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think she's great. I love her voice.
For sure. Well, Primetime family, you heard it first. Go check out Kelsey Hart. Go check him out on all platforms, the social media. Go check him out on the road. He's got new music coming out. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah,
Kelsey.
thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. We are here with Adam Sanders. How we doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. So you're an artist in town. Tell us where you're from and how you got into music.
Yeah, so I grew up in a little town in north central Florida called Lake City. It's literally like 45 minutes south of Georgia. So, everyone assumes I'm from Georgia. But music has always been my passion from day one. I literally started singing like before I could talk, my mom likes to say.
Absolutely.
Knew that I was going to move to Nashville one day, it's pretty much as soon as I graduated high school and, kind of chased the music thing. And so I moved to Nashville in 2009, moved in with my dad, started writing songs and worked in construction, got a publishing deal, started getting some songs recorded, and then things just kind of snowballed from there.
Dang, that's awesome. So construction to music.
Yes, yep.
So you were on the CBS The Road recently.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience. You were the winner.
Man, what a great opportunity for guys and girls like myself, independent artists. It's something I never thought in a million years that I would ever do. I just never really had a singing competition on my bingo card.
Right.
But when it was presented to me, it just honestly felt right, from day one. And
Absolutely.
so, a great experience. Have nothing but great things to say about it. Obviously thankful to have won, the show and look forward to what this opportunity is going to be able to bring in my career.
Right. So you've been in town for a second, and you have some cuts with some other artists. Cole Swindell, Dustin Lynch, and Drew Baldridge are some of the names. Can you tell us maybe one of your favorite cuts out there?
A few years ago, I would probably say my favorite cut is the song that has made me the most money, sort of thing. So number one. But I honestly got to go with a song called Tough People that Drew Baldridge recorded. This song was just such a special song for me, and in a time that I was in my career sort of questioning some things. Mm-hmm. And, we actually had originally thought that Luke Holmes was going to record this song, and Drew ended up recording it. And it's just a song that I think the world, continues to need to hear the message of this song. Right. And, right now, it's Heart of Hearts, my favorite song I've ever been a part of.
100%. Yeah, that's a great song. And it's funny. It's the Nashville way of like, a song can go in so many different directions and pitch to so many different artists, and you never know who's gonna land on it.
100%.
It's really cool. So you got some music coming out this year. First one coming out May 10th, or single?
April 10th.
April 10th.
Yes. Yeah, we've got a song that's going to be featured on the new Yellowstone spinoff, Marshalls.
Awesome. Yeah.
That song is going to air, I think, April 12th, and so we're going to put the song out April 10th, a couple days before.
Yeah.
A song called His to Mine, and it's one that I've been kind of holding for a little while. I feel like this song has mega potential. It literally feels like a throwback from the old Brooks and Dunn days, of like, She Used to Be Mine, or, those kind of, ballad songs.
Absolutely.
And so I'm really excited about what this song can do.
Awesome. And then your latest releases is Cat in the Hat, and then Bible in a House Fire.
Yeah, man.
That song is great. Tell us about that in the process of recording the music video for that.
Well, Bible in a House Fire came to life through a visual that I had. Mm-hmm. I was in a rental car in St. Louis, Missouri on the way to the airport, and I look over into this field and I see a double-wide trailer that had been in a house fire. And I saw toys in the yard and, a swing set. I thought about, what it would be like, to be a kid in a house fire, and then my mind sort of shifted to, on social media, the news, we see a lot of times a photo of a Bible that has been in the fire, but it's the only thing untouched. Everything else around it is just sort of burnt to a crisp. Wow. Yeah. So I married those two thoughts together. I brought it in to Jordan Walker and Bryce Long. Wrote the song. We actually, for the music video, we were able to burn a house in real time with me standing in front of it. And man, it was a crazy experience. It's wild that it even worked out the way that it did. But yeah, we literally burned a whole house down to shoot the video.
No, that's really cool. Tell us maybe some of your influences, and maybe for the people that haven't listened yet, like what your sound is.
Yeah. Well, Alan Jackson was my childhood idol from day one, from the time I was 2 or 3 years old. And as I got into high school, I was a kid that just loved, all types of music. I mean, I literally was watching CMT, and I was also watching MTV, so I had all different kind of, rock influences or pop influences. And then when I got to Nashville, I feel like I slowly started to figure out what my thing was, which has always been the roots of my music, which is 90s country.
Yep.
And even more into specific of that, late 90s to early 2000s is sort of like my bread and butter. And so for me, I just want to do music that speaks to me the most, which is that era of music, but put my own spin on it. And so, think of kind of like the early Chesney days, the early McGraw days, that sort of thing. And so, very high energy. I call it arena 90s country.
Amazing. So tell us about your touring plans this year. I know you're doing Stagecoach this year.
Yeah, man.
So tell us about that and how excited you are.
Well, Stagecoach to me is like the pinnacle of, performances. I don't think you get any bigger than that. So very excited to be out in California for that. That's coming up April the 26th.
Amazing.
So excited to do that. And then we've also got several other shows that are being booked and in the works for the fall. But yeah, man, we're just really looking forward to getting out, playing this new music for fans that have discovered me through the road show, but also fans that have known about me, prior to the show, and just continue to grow this thing.
Amazing. Well, Primetime Family, you heard it first at CRS with Adam Sanders. Go check him out on the road and go check out his new music. Thank you for coming on, Adam.
Thanks for having me, bud.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. We are here with Braden Hull. How we doing?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Dude, no problem. Is this your first CRS?
No, it's second. We met last year.
Last year. So, what's the experience like for you?
It's different this year than it was last year, but CRS is like my favorite event. Like, I feel like most artists are like, I got a label thing there.
Absolutely.
Me, I'm like, dude, I love it.
So, obviously, when you because you came in town last year, you weren't living here at the time, but now you fully made the transition to living here, right?
Yeah. Well, I'd moved a month, less than a month before.
Dang.
Yeah.
How's the transition between North Carolina and Nashville?
It's pretty weird, but I always tell people you'll get this. Nashville's like the biggest small town you've ever seen.
For sure.
It's like everybody knows everybody. So first 3 months sucked because I didn't know like hardly anybody.
Absolutely.
But now it's just pretty good.
So how'd you get into music?
On accident. I was writing songs for fun. I used to own a landscaping company.
Okay.
And I was writing songs for fun. I was posting some on TikTok. And I was like, just writing for fun. And then there was a girl back home hit me up and was like, you need to record one of these songs and I'll send them to my connections in Nashville, get your record deal. I'm like, all right. So I wrote one about my parents' divorce. We recorded it. And it was right around Christmas time. And I was like, screw it. I'm going to post my mom's wild reaction. And then it blew up. Like, first video was over 1 million. And the same exact video is blown up 3 times. And so that just kind of kick-started things. And I was like, I sold everything and committed to music. A year and 9 months later, signed a record deal.
So does the social media aspect of it come easy to you? I know you will go down on Broadway and get a lot of content and stuff, and you're pretty good at that.
That part comes easy. Yeah, especially when you been buzzing a little bit, maybe. But I don't know. It didn't at first.
Right.
But I feel like it's one of those things. You know how it is. Like, you have to adapt and overcome. It's like most artists are always, and I was one. It's like, I don't want to do social media. I just want to write and sing.
Right.
Play shows. But if you don't learn how to do it, then you're gonna fail. So
who are some of your biggest influences?
Hardy.
Yeah.
Hardy's like what got me into songwriting, and I got to meet him yesterday, and so that was cool. Hardy. It sounds cliche, man, but Cody Johnson's what got me really singing in the first place as far as vocals, and I mean those two are the easy ones, but I'm a big Randy Travis fan too.
For new fans listening, how would you describe your sound to them?
I would say it's pretty country, but I like to mix a little bit of rock, a little bit of pop in,
Absolutely.
a little bit of backbeat to it. Nothing crazy though.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting distracted because I hear Ella playing, dude.
Yeah, she's warming up in there.
Yeah, you're an Ella fella.
I am an Ella
Yeah, I
fella.
saw it on Instagram.
Where are some spots that people can come check you out?
Be in Mississippi this weekend.
Let's go.
I don't know, all over, but I'm on a college tour right now, so I play a lot of colleges.
Is there a place where we can find the schedule and anything like that?
Usually it's just posted the week in advance because most of it's closed off to the college kids, you know. But
what's the craziest story you got?
Oh, good Lord. I don't know if I can say it on camera. They were reaching out, and I would touch them, and they would grab on and not let go. And
That's funny.
yeah, they were like knocking the barricade down. Security had to come and like hold the barricade up. They were absolutely trashed, face planting. That's a pretty PG-13 story, I guess.
Well, Primetime family, you heard it first. Go check out Braden Hull. He's got new music coming out this year. What's your social media at?
Braden Hull Music on Instagram and Braden Hull on TikTok. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, we are out. CRS day 2. We are here with Dalton Davis. How we doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Is this your first CRS?
First CRS. Got to come and watch last year, and now get to experience it this year.
So what's the experience like so far? I know you're only a few hours in, but what's it like?
Honestly, it's quick. You know, we're moving around a lot. I'm just happy to be here. Excited to be playing the Ryman tomorrow, and
absolutely
cool experience.
So you're in Arlington town. Tell us where you're from and how you got started in music.
I'm from a little town called Bessemer City, North Carolina, close to Gastonia, about an hour and a half west of Charlotte. Been playing music my whole life. Went on my first fly date when I was 12 years old, so kind of been picking and grading my whole life, and managed to wind my way into a record deal last fall with MCA Republic.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So was music always easy to you, or was it something you kind of just like, had to work on?
Honestly, I always tell people, I think the reason I stuck with music is because it was the one thing that wasn't easy for me. A lot of other things kind of came naturally, and I had to really work to be a musician, and still I'm working every day to be as good as my friends. So it was like the one thing that was like, okay, now we're going to go figure this shit out.
So tell us about the recent music you put out. We got Cows in the Front Yard and a Redneck and You Know It. That's been a big hit on socials. Tell us the process of putting out both those songs.
Yeah, Redneck You Know It kind of started everything for us. My producer's named Messy in town, and that was the first song we ever did together. That night we drank 2 bottles of Casamigos and got in the studio and came out with that song the next day. And like, oh shit, I guess we can do this. Yeah, so we started kind of, rock and roll and started building out this project. And they're both anchors to a bigger album that's going to come out later this fall. And Cows was the first song we put out with the label. It was a cool song. The epitome of being a rich redneck is putting cows in your front yard. So you're like, okay, we don't have it yet, but one day we're going to, so let's talk about it. And it kind of started everything. It got a bunch of organic ads to country radio, kind of just expedited the process.
That's great. Yeah. So for people that don't know you and haven't maybe listened to your music yet, how would you describe your sound, and maybe who are some of your influences?
Yeah, I think we're a melting pot of, kind of all music. I'm equally as influenced by Garth Brooks as I am Lil Wayne, so, we talk. You can kind of see that in songs like Cows in the Front Yard, but you'll see the Garth influences on our next song. We're putting out Blue, and, kind of melting pot. We were out cowboying last week in Oklahoma, and one moment, George Jones would come on, then T.I., and then T-Pain, and then Ray Charles, so you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, that's really cool. So tell us about your touring schedule this year and what that looks like.
Yeah, so we're playing a couple of rock countries, and we got a couple tours right now that we can't talk about just yet, but going to be some of the biggest shows that I've played in my life, so I'm very excited about that, and it's going to be a fun year.
So have you played festivals like Rock the Country and stuff in the past?
I played the Big Valley Jamboree in Canada last year and a couple of the other ones, but these will be the first big ones we played in the States.
So compared to maybe a normal show in a town and then playing festivals, tell us the difference between the two,
imagine you're at the fair all day, and at the end of the fair, you got to go play music. That's the best way I could describe a festival, because everybody's backstage having a good time, and everybody, shooting cornhole and taking drinks and having a good time, and then all of a sudden you're rocking out with the boys, and then you're getting to see the artists that you grew up with play right after you. That's the coolest feeling.
What's your most favorite show you've played?
The first song I learned how to play was Country Boy Can't Survive by Hank Jr. So to get to open for him last year and open for him in Alabama, we play a song on our set every night that talks about learning how to play Hank Jr. songs. To play that song and open for Hank Jr. was the most full circle moment of my career.
Well, Primetime, you heard it first. Dalton Davis here at CRS. Thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We are here with Harper Grace. How we doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Good. Is this your first CRS?
No, this is actually my 3rd CRS, so kind of like, I don't know.
What's the experience like at CRS?
I'm from Texas and I was homeschooled, so I'm a big talker, so I actually love it. I thrive on meeting new people and chatting and hearing what they're doing, so honestly 10 out of 10 for me.
So like you said, you're from Texas.
Yeah.
How'd you get into music?
Honestly, it started at a very young age for me. I really became infatuated with the sound of country music blaring through my grandma's record player speakers as well as my dad's truck bed, and so not the bed of this truck actually. I was riding inside of the truck. Interesting. The truck speakers. Anywho, that's really kind of where it started for me. But I was in gymnastics for a long time as a child and was supposed to follow my mom's footsteps, but at the age of 6, I quit to do music, and my grandma bought me a guitar, and we had a piano donated to our family. And from then on, I wrote about shampoo, conditioner, and homeschooling, and just started writing songs and music. And yeah, I never turned back after that.
That's great. So what made you make the leap to Nashville, and really hone in on that?
Well, I remember when I was about 14, I heard on the radio that one of my favorite songs at the time was written by somebody other than the artist.
Yeah.
And I went on this long rabbit hole of looking up Wikipedia and trying to figure out who are the writers, who are the session players, who are the mixers, the producers, and this whole world of Nashville started to open up for me, and I realized that there were so many other people doing something in the industry. And so for me, I booked a 2-week-long trip after messaging people, kind of trying to do connections and all that from then on. And yeah, I took my first working trip when I was 14. And then I moved here when I was 19. So yeah, it's been great.
That's great. So you just put out a song on Friday,
Yes.
correct? Tell us about that. It's called If Daddy Says No.
Yes, it was a song that I wrote about a situation that I was put in with my dad and the relationship that I was at the time. I was in love, and so I thought it was somebody that my dad did not approve of. And my dad actually did say no. So this song is very true to that situation. I wrote it while still being in the relationship, so in the tension of trying to choose whether or not I was going to be a hopeless romantic and choose love, that wasn't right for me, or if I was going to stay true to my roots and listen to my dad. And so, yeah, I faked my engagement for this song, and I posted about it, and wore the ring for 2.5 weeks so I could really tell the story of what I thought it would be like if I said yes.
So what was the feedback, after you were like, hey, this is just for the song,
It was honestly, I thought I was going to get a little more, maybe some not so great positive vibes than I actually got.
Right.
In total, I think maybe 2 people actually said something that was negative, but the rest of it was like, oh my gosh, thank you for taking on this journey with us and kind of telling the story, and also hearing other people's perspectives of a lot of people's dads did say no. A lot of people ended up getting divorced because their dad said no, or the other perspective of people, their dad saying no, and then they're happily ever after, and their dad likes them now, or they don't have a relationship with their father, or it's coming from the perspective of the dad being like, I can't wait till one day somebody does ask me for my daughter's hand in marriage. And so all of the perspectives have kind of trickled into this story, which is so cool to hear, because at the end of the day, yes, this is a story that I wrote about my own personal life, but it's even more rewarding when it's relating to somebody else as well. Especially the country music listener, because I couldn't be there without them. So.
Who are some of those influences? There were maybe people that you listen to today, that you're fans of.
I would say growing up, my influences stem from Loretta Lynn and Patsy Cline and Dolly Parton and Roy Orbison. And then on the soul side, it was like Christina Aguilera and Alicia Keys. And there was a gospel artist we listened to a lot, Nicole Nolan and CeCe Winans. And so all of those pieces I actually still listen to today. And then obviously today's music, I love Hardy and Morgan Wallen and Ella Langley. I think they're incredible songwriters and incredible artists. But yeah, I would say old school gospel and country definitely portrays into what I do now.
That's great. So you mentioned an album.
Yeah.
Can you kind of give us some more insight on that and what's to come?
I can a little bit, I guess, since, we're chatting. Yeah, the title track of the album is Decided, which is a song called Dear Heart. And it paints the picture vividly of just, if Daddy Says No is going to trickle in on this and a few of the other ones that I've released. To me, this feels like a project where I'm like, if my heart was a notebook and I could rip out pages and they'd still have some extra little blood on it or something, some hurt and pain, that they'd be on the page for you to read and incorporate. Or it's, pages of love and hopefulness. But with Dear Heart, it was just, I felt like I was ready to tell bits and pieces of my story in the most vulnerable way that I possibly could. And so having 2 singles out before If Daddy Says No, were definitely the fun ones, leaning into the more serious side. And then If Daddy Says No is telling the picture of a very serious predicament that I was stuck in. So in leading to that, there are all these different pages kind of being ripped out and portrayed leading up to the album Dear Heart.
Amazing. So what's your tour schedule look like this year? Can people come see you on the road?
Yes, actually, we will be posting a lot more and announcing a tour soon. I have a few festivals already on the website, but I'm actually in the process as well of doing a school tour. And so we have a little box in the website. If people work at schools or in the school district, they're welcome to put in an email. I used to be known as the worst national anthem singer ever. And so a big piece of my heart is just telling the anti-bullying story and talking about how being at a very low point in your life and how to find courage and confidence in that. And so, yeah, I have a few schools booked this year, but I do all ages, 1st through 6th, or 1st through 5th I do alone, and then I also do the middle schools and the high schools as well. That's so
cool.
Thank you.
I feel like not a lot of artists are doing that, you know?
I mean, it's been such a wonderful piece. I think at the end of the day, I love music and I love writing, but I don't want to do it just for me.
Right.
And if something holds an impact and actually helps people, that's what my heart desires.
Amazing.
And so if I could talk to a school a day, I flipping would for the next 10 years of my life. So if you work at a school, let me know. I'll come.
Let's go. That's awesome. Well, Primetime family, you heard it first. Go check out Harper Grace on the road. Go check out her music. Go hit her up on the socials. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you. Appreciated that.
CRS Day 3. We are here with Sean Stemaly. How we doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. So is this your first CRS?
Yes, it is, surprisingly.
So what can you say about the experience so far? I know it's early.
Bro, I've been here for like 30 minutes. I just did one interview. We're doing this one. I guess it's been good. First interview went well.
Good stuff.
But I haven't been here all week or anything.
Right. So obviously you're an artist in town. Tell us where you're from and how you got started in music.
I was born in Western Kentucky in Madisonville and raised mostly in Newburgh, Indiana, like on the very southern tip of Indiana. And I started singing whenever I was about 20. Did it in church for a while and then quit that because I needed to help run the family business. And then got into songwriting like a year later and started coming back and forth to Nashville, got obsessed with it, and then eventually moved here.
Awesome.
At like 23.
Awesome. Can you tell us about your most recent release?
Yeah, Dodge Out of Hell. Yeah, that song is just an ode for how horsepower can fix heartbreak a little bit for a country boy, you know. I always felt that way at least, and I hope that's how it resonates with Bubba out there. But yeah, man, that's just like the simple way to describe that song, man. They just gonna have to listen to it other than that.
Absolutely. So for people that, maybe are new to listening, how would you describe your sound and what can they expect with your music?
You ever had a chicken fried steak?
I think once or twice, yeah.
That's how I would describe my sound. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got quality, but it's fried. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like not fried in a bad way, but country fried, you know?
Absolutely.
Country fried steak, not chicken fried steak. My bad.
Who are some of your biggest influences?
Ronnie Dunn. That's how I taught myself how to sing on Ronnie Dunn songs.
Mm-hmm.
So him, Hank Williams Jr. obviously. I have him tattooed on my arm.
That's awesome.
Alan Jackson, dude. Like,
who's your dream collab?
I want to say Lil Wayne, but I just don't know how I'd make that work. But I would find a way if he asked. If Lil Wayne could go back to the old ways,
Mm-hmm.
like how he used to rap, like probably that.
Hell yeah.
Either that or like, I would say Van Halen, but he's gone. But yeah, I mean, in the country world, obviously probably Morgan, because I love his style, and also he's huge, so that would kind of help a little bit, to be honest with you.
So what is one thing that, fans might not know about you?
I do a lot of ancient Indian artifact hunting. I'm a nerd, bro. I'm
That's
such
awesome.
a nerd, dude. I'm a Star Wars nerd, Lord of the Rings nerd. Like, me and my wife are watching all the Lord of the Rings for the 3rd time straight right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who does that, But yeah, like, I hunt rocks on top of animals as well. But like a lot of people don't know about the rock thing. And
big rock guy.
I think my manager was telling me to ask you that because on the way here I was like, I hope people ask me some crazy stuff like what's something that nobody knows about you. And I was like, hey, here's one thing nobody knows about me is I can fold my ears in and leave them that way. And she was like, what?
No.
I was like, yeah, it's super weird.
Can you show us?
Yeah, dude. I haven't done it in years, but besides in the car on the way here. But check that out. And this is probably why I got bad hearing. Look at that. Isn't that crazy, dude? That's wild. That's wild. I bet y'all ain't I bet y'all ain't gotten that on this podcast.
That's great.
Yeah, check that out. I ain't got no cartilage in my ears. I'm built like a shark.
So, tell us about, going into this new year, what we can kind of expect with some music.
I have a collab coming out with female. I've only done that once before, but this one's going to be special. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a song that I've done before, but I wanted to do it independently, and I always thought that song would do well with a female on it, and we chose the perfect one. I don't know if I can give away names yet. I don't know if my manager would be really pissed off at me if I did that. But it's coming soon. We're doing vocals for it next week, and I'm stoked. It's going to be great. And we got 4 more pretty much ready to go. And, to be honest with you, I've been writing some of my favorite songs ever in the past, 2 months.
That's awesome.
Dude.
Can we expect a sound change up, or is this kind of in the same realm of what you've been doing?
Some of it is, some of it isn't. I've always just, been a roller coaster with that stuff. Right. I'll go this direction, that direction. I just write. I've never believed in sticking with one style. I don't want all my songs to sound the same.
For sure.
So I've always been here and there, whatever I feel at the time, that's what I'm going to write.
Awesome. So do you have any shows lined up where maybe some fans can come see you and check you out?
Not a whole lot at the moment, just in-town stuff. We have a round at the Listening Room coming up April 8th. But we've been off the road a lot lately, man. I've been focused on trying to hone in on the music part of things.
Absolutely.
I like to take things in steps, music, promoting music, tour. Because whenever I do all of them at one time, dude, it's you start to not enjoy it. I like enjoying the process. I like to keep music fun. That's the reason I started doing it in the first place. And I got to the point where it wasn't anymore for me. So I decided we're going to step back and figure out a way to do this where it's a fun process. I understand it still works, but
I was like,
I want everybody to have a good time doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if I'm pissed off and frustrated and anxious and all that stuff all the time, it's not fun for nobody, bro.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It can be very taxing and overwhelming at times. Just juggling.
It can. I have a social battery that's lower than it used to be, especially since I quit drinking. Drinking was always the thing that filled my social battery all the way up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's how I communicated, in public, at bars and all that stuff. I thought I had to have it. And I'm still trying to navigate being sober when I go to bars. I'm still trying to navigate that, dude.
What about when performing? Has that changed as well?
It's a lot easier to sing when you're not drinking. I'll tell you that. The first show that I ever played sober, dude, and this was God testing me without a doubt, was in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Out of all places.
And that was whenever I was still coming off of it, because I drank a lot. Dude, it was nerve-wracking. There was nothing to take the edge off and all that stuff, I would always shoot tequila and stuff for shows. And without that, it was an adjustment, but it's a lot easier now. Whenever you're coherent, it's a lot easier to play shows.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like there needs to be a song written about that or something.
Nobody likes that. Nobody likes anti-drinking songs, bro. Well, this is country music.
Well, there's definitely a crowd out there for that. I think in today's day,
church crowd,
Absolutely. Well, Primetime family, you heard it first. Go check out Sean Stemaly on the road. Go check him. Go check out his music on all platforms. And what's your social media at?
Sean Stemaly, pretty much on everything. Sean Stemaly Music on TikTok. SeanStemaly.
Awesome. CRS Day 3. We'll see you. We are here with Juna and Joey at CRS. How we doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having us.
So is this your first CRS?
No, actually, this is our sixth.
Dang. So you guys have experienced it before?
Yes.
For people that haven't been to CRS, tell them what they can experience while being there.
You can experience a lot of good people,
a lot of talking,
country music family, interviews, getting to know people personally, how they started, how they got into music, and what inspires them. It's really cool.
Absolutely. So where are y'all from, and how'd y'all meet, and how'd y'all get into music?
We are brother and sister, so we met at birth.
Fantastic.
And we're from South Florida originally, and we live here in Nashville now. And I got started in music at around the age of 4, and then Joey came along.
Yeah, I was big in sports for a long time, and then eventually went to one of her lessons, and the teacher was like, "Do you sing?" And I was sitting on the couch,
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, just come up here and sing, just try something." And I'd say, she's like, "Oh my God, we got to get you lessons." So I joined her doing lessons, and did that, and then we actually joined School of Rock. So we were learning a bunch of instruments and traveling a little bit, and then we joined our own rock band. Did Led Zeppelin, Blondie. She had green hair. I had green hair. She had pink hair. It was like the whole kind of
we were like 14.
rock and roll vibe.
That's great.
It was
We played at like these old rocker bars.
Videos.
Yeah, these old rocker bars in South Florida with like, old rockers with their long gray hair, and we're like 14 and we're like, hey.
I bet the people down there love it.
Oh my god, they loved it. Hey guys. And they're like riding it on their Harleys, and we're like, it's
That's
crazy.
great. So what was your go-to sport?
It was baseball.
Yeah.
8 years. I played football, baseball, soccer, all of them, basketball too.
What about you? Did you have any hobbies outside of music?
Oh, hobbies and no sports though.
Or sports, yeah.
Oh no, I'm the most unathletic person you'll ever meet. Like I clean my car and then like sore the next day. Like I don't do any sort of movement. No, I'm just kidding. I like to go fishing sometimes. Over South Florida, like the swamp area.
Absolutely.
We got some gators. I haven't wrangled any, but some of my friends from Florida have wrangled some. And I like to go shopping, of course. I love to sing, and yeah.
So what made y'all make the move to Nashville and really be like, hey, I want to do it here and, start working in this industry?
Yeah, well, our manager actually lives here for a long time. She's not from here originally, but she lives here, and, she kind of was like, y'all gotta come. You gotta be here. So we moved like 5 minutes from her house, which was in Manchester, Tennessee, like an hour and a half from here. And then we slowly have made the move closer and closer to Nashville.
From Manchester
to Pegram, to Goodlettsville. Like we're just...
And now we're in Goodlettsville because we just actually opened up a songwriting venue.
Yes.
Called Round Here.
So tell me about this, because I heard this is pretty big and going to be a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, it's really fun. We just opened a couple months ago, and we have Italian-inspired food. We have live music every night. We have cocktails. We have good people come in, play some music, and we'll hop up on stage and play with them.
We got a new menu coming, and actually, like a couple days, I'm really excited for it. Our chef we worked at Disney, and it was funny because he's from Florida as well. And at the time when we opened, we needed people, to work, and we needed a chef, and he needed a job. It was perfect, and he moved from Orlando to Goodlettsville, so it was great, and it all worked out. And we have live music every single night. Wednesday we have a songwriter night where a bunch of people come up and play.
That's great.
If you're welcome to come, man.
Yeah,
anytime.
I'll definitely make it.
Yes, definitely, please.
What's the new music looking like for 2026?
Yeah, well, we're just about to get into the studio and record some new music. We have our last single that just came out called Stop Thinking. And, as we go into the studio more and more, we're consistently finding our style and get to know who we are as a brand and a duo. And we're excited to put some new music out. We're always excited because new music is the best part of being an artist.
Absolutely.
People get to hear your stories and your songs and what you're about.
We're also looking forward to Key West Songwriters Festival.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever been, but
yes, I've been. It's a great time.
It's fun. It's
this
fun.
year's gonna be great. The lineup's really good.
Have you seen the lineup?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's killer. There's a lot of. I feel like in the past you've seen like majority of it just songwriters, but there's a lot of artists going down this year.
Yeah.
I
Awesome.
feel like.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. So, tell us about your touring schedule going into like the end of 2026, and maybe where people can see you play.
Yeah, well, we play a lot at the venue right now. We're kind of just taking our time to build that up and get it to where we want to be. We're looking to put an outdoor patio and have some live concerts outside and get some bigger artists to come through there.
That's great.
And we're just booking up our schedule for the year and taking any opportunity that comes.
Absolutely. Well, Primetime family, you heard it first. Go check out Juna and Joey on all platforms, on social media. Go check them out at the
Round Here.
Round Here.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's how we do it around here.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming on. I appreciate
Of course,
it.
thank you.
We are here at CRS Day 3 with Carman Collins. How we doing?
Doing very, very good. How are you?
Good. Early morning. A little bit tired. It's Friday, last day of CRS here. Have you been to CRS before?
No, this is my first time.
First time, so
exciting.
far. Yeah, it's been exciting, been great.
Yeah. I actually was walking in here. I saw the band Perry. I was like, oh my god, jeez.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So where are you from, and how'd you get started in music?
So I'm originally from a small town in Indiana, Greenfield, and I've been singing all my life, but I really got really serious until one night I was singing at our local pub.
Long as it drunk?
And this old drunk guy came up to me. He was like, you need to go to Nashville. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then the more I was singing and stuff like that, the more people were like, yeah, you do. You need to go to Nashville. So I finally did it, and been really going since December, like a couple months ago, and it's just been taking off, and I'm so excited for the journey.
So what is that experience like, taking that leap to Nashville?
Scary. Scary, and it's like walking into like the unknown, like because you don't know what's gonna happen. You could completely fall flat on your face or take off. So thankfully I haven't fallen yet.
Yeah, no. So tell us about the music you have out now, and maybe for new listeners what they can expect with each sound.
So I like country rock, but a lot of my stuff is really like personal, like stuff that I've been through, what I've done, fun I've had. My newest release, Blame It on the Beer, is a true story.
Absolutely.
I woke up the next day and I was like, I don't want to hear it. It was the beer's fault, not mine. And then just like listeners can always know that like I've been through that, and
absolutely.
I always want to try to put something out that's relatable to everyone.
Sure. What's one thing that fans have no idea about you?
Maybe that I'm an emergency room nurse.
Oh, okay. That's
awesome. So on the side.
Helping people out?
Yeah, I'm a trauma nurse. I used to work at Vanderbilt ER.
Okay.
A while back. Now I just do like part-time stuff because this kind of keeps me busy.
Absolutely.
But I still do it. And I love being a nurse, but I love being a singer.
Well, thank you for taking care of everyone. That's important.
Oh yeah. Y'all are a handful sometimes.
That's great. So who is your dream collab of all time?
Miranda Lambert, because she has that badass, like I don't care attitude, and that grit, and that's kind of me.
Absolutely.
The natural red hair. You gotta watch out for us sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, simply get it. So what can we expect with new music coming out this year?
Yeah, so I have a lot of new music coming out. Working on an EP. It's a lot of, like I said, it's stuff that I write that I've been through. So it's very relatable, personal stuff that I went through. My next release is called Breaking News, and I'm really excited about this song. I wrote it about my friend who dealt with PTSD after being deployed and things like that, and he ended up committing suicide. So that one, I'm really looking forward for that song to be released. It's very emotional, it's very raw, and I just feel like a lot of people will be able to relate to anyone that they've lost.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then are you staying in the same sound realm, or is there maybe a sound you're going to put out that's a little bit different than what you put out in the past?
I'm kind of all over the place, I feel like, because I don't like just sounding like one sound. If there's a song that's more like rock, then I like it.
Absolutely.
But then there's this song that's more like slow country.
Yeah.
So I kind of like being all over the place, keeping people on their toes, and never know what I'm going to get.
For sure. So what's the tour schedule look like this year, and where can people come see you out and play?
So the next show I have is The Barn in Florida. I'm really excited about that. It's a completely sold out show. And then I have a lot of pending stuff that I can't say right now, but there's a lot of stuff coming up. And then I just made my Whiskey Jam debut March 12th, which was freaking phenomenal. I loved that.
Yeah, congrats. That's a big one.
I know.
For a lot of artists, I feel like that's I need to play Whiskey Jam. I
know, and then, but happening so fast too. So a lot of people are like, how'd you get that? I'm like, I don't really know. I just think that's what I would do, and I was like, hell yeah.
For sure. No, that's great. Well, Contact Family, you heard it first. Go check out Carman Collins on the road. Go check her out on all platforms. What's your social media handle?
Carman Collins Music.
Awesome. Well, CRS Day 3. We'll see you. We are here with Madden Matcalf. How we doing?
Doing great. First CRS, so excited, having a blast.
What's that experience like so far? You've been here for a few hours,
It's crazy, it really is. I mean, all my favorite people have just hanging out in one place, having a great time, and promoting country music. What's better?
Right. So obviously you're an artist in town. Where are you from, and how'd you get into music?
I'm from Panacea, Florida.
Okay.
It's a small fishing town just south of Tallahassee, just the coast right underneath. Music was always in my life, and I never realized that not everybody listened to music the same way me and my dad did. And we went to a Riley Green show in 2018. Georgia Time was his big hit back in the day. And after seeing that show, I said, Dad, I wants to teach me how to play the guitar.
That's great.
So I learned how to play and just been going ever since.
So who are some influences maybe your dad was playing around you in the car, all growing up?
Jimmy Buffett, definitely some Jimmy Buffett. But he played everything from Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash, Kenny Chesney, Zach Brown, Bob Marley was definitely in the mix.
Absolutely.
And I'm from Florida, so it's a hell of a lot more stuff.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. So what made you take the leap to Nashville and, hone in on, doing something here?
I always had this this feeling, something telling me that I didn't know how it was going to work. I was just going to do my thing until it did.
Right.
And when I'm so grateful for my manager. She discovered me, and I signed with Freddie Wexler about a year ago, and just now signed with MCA, and it's just been fantastic.
That's awesome.
I love it.
So you have a debut EP coming out. Tell us about that and the title of that.
Saltwater Southern is my debut EP, coming out March 20th, Friday.
Awesome.
Super excited for CRS to hear it, especially. And,
yeah, it's perfect week.
Yeah, man, and hopefully the weather will warm back up and y'all can get some boat music,
Well, I think it definitely will. What's your favorite song off the EP?
I have a favorite radio song, then I have a favorite song. Young Loretta, I'm in love with.
Okay.
But it's all what depends on what kind of mood you're in.
Absolutely.
Young Loretta's like super bluesy, but if you're like on the boat drinking some beers, Long John Silver's your vibe.
That's great. So can they expect that type of vibe throughout the whole EP, or what does this EP capture? I
couldn't imagine anything more to just present who I am as an artist and really showcase my sound and what I can do, and it shows every aspect of my sound. I'm super grateful that we can put that into one EP. And
well, Primetime family, you heard it first. Go check out Madden Matcalf on the road. Go check out his music. EP drops March 20th. And Madden, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
We are here at CRS with Madison Olivia. How we doing?
Hello, I'm good.
So this is your first time at CRS?
First time.
How's the experience so far?
It's chaotic and crazy in the best way possible. I feel so honored and happy to be here, so I'm just taking it all in.
Absolutely. So obviously you're an artist in town. Tell us where you're from and how you got into music.
Yeah, so born and raised in Flint, Michigan, up north.
I'm from Romeo, Michigan.
Oh my gosh, not too far at all. My aunt's from Romeo.
That's so funny.
Yeah, got into country music specifically, but just music in general from watching my grand-gran.
Yeah.
So that's my grandma. She would never let me call her grandma. It was always grand-gran. And her name was Jolene, and she got to open up for, George Jones, Tanya Tucker, Gene Watson, some country legends, right? So as a kid, I was just like, oh my gosh, going backstage and watching her and seeing her sign autographs. I mean, it was just the coolest thing ever. And I thought she hung the moon, and she still does in my eyes. But she was the one who got me into music, and so I kind of I owe her everything for getting me in here and doing it when I was little. I mean, she had a microphone in my hand from the age of 5.
That's
so
great.
I learned a lot from her.
So what made you make the leap to Nashville?
Yeah, I mean, so my parents, they were like, listen, we know you want to do music, but you have to have a 4-year degree. Right. So I went to Michigan State. I studied pre-law, because I was like, all right, if I have to go to school and I have to get a degree, I want to at least be a little bit dangerous for when I get my first record deal. So that was kind of, my mindset, having that, that visionary and mentality to make it. But yeah, so I got my degree from Michigan State University. It was pre-law. And right when I graduated, I was like, all right, peace. It was kind of just I held my end of the deal, guys. I love you, but I'm out of here.
That's awesome.
And that's kind of what brought me here. And I moved here a month before COVID. So that was awful. That was absolutely horrible. But, everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. And it was right place, right time. And now I'm here, and we're doing all the things.
Let's go. Well, tell us about your latest release, Take My Man.
Yeah, Take My Man's a spicy one. So it's pretty spicy. I'm dating my drummer, and I'm very in love with him. And I basically, it was so funny because we'll play at all these shows, and girls will have their cameras out or their Snapchat, and they'll put, the drummer's hot, is he single? And I think it's I take it as such a compliment. Truly I do.
No,
but at some point I'm like, dang, all these girls are trying to get my man. And I'm like, what the heck? So I kind of had this idea. I was like, let's play into it. You know, I'm a girl from Flint.
Right.
I'll beat some butt if a girl tries to come after my
true.
man, all right?
Yeah.
So the line is, you better back up or catch these hands. I'm the only woman who can take my man.
That's
So it was just kind of funny. I got to like play a crazy character and do it up on stage. It's really fun to sing live. The girls love it, especially
Absolutely.
when they've had a couple tequilas or whiskeys. It's really fun to scream with the Bachelorettes. So
For sure.
it's a fun one.
So for new fans, how would you like describe your sound? You know.
Definitely more like country rock, I would say, with like a little bit of a modern pop sprinkle, if that makes sense. You know, being an artist that was born and raised in Michigan, so close to Motown, I have some soul in me for sure. And I think when you can hear my music, you can sense that gravel and that passion and that soul that you know I have. So can't really get rid of that very much, nor would I want to. But definitely, you know, a little bit. I grew up listening to, you know, Shania Twain, Carrie Underwood, and then my brother would blast Usher. So like I have like a little bit of everything in me. But you know, I'm very confident in what we're doing right now. My band and I were honing in on a sound it feels more me than it ever has before, you know, especially with We Can Start Off and doing, you know, I think I released my first single, I want to say 2023. Downtown Now, and from there I'm like, gosh, that doesn't even sound like me anymore. It's like totally, I mean, I love it. I love that song so much. Yeah, exactly. So we're definitely evolving and getting into more of like that rock grit, but still staying traditional with the country music and that storytelling aspect that country fans love will always be there in my music. Yeah.
So who is your dream collab?
Male or female?
Does
or does
not
it not
matter.
matter?
Does not matter. You can do both.
Little rascal. Okay. I'm going to do both.
Okay.
So, male, it would have to be, I would normally say Chris Stapleton because I love Chris Stapleton, but I am a huge Hardy fan. I think Hardy and I could have an amazing collab together.
Awesome.
It'd be so cool. He could scream on it and do like that crazy stuff that I could never do. And my band is all like metal guys. Like, well, they're country too, but they're mostly like they started playing metal music, so they're like, we love Hardy,
That's
you know?
so cool.
So I think Hardy would be an amazing collab. And for female, Carrie Underwood. I mean, she's the girl who like taught me everything. I can remember being little and just like listening to her and then I'd be like, oh, okay, I can do that. And trying to like learn from her. And so that would be amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So where can people come see you play? Maybe out on the road? We got some shows lined up?
Yes, we've got all of our shows lined up. Go to my website, MadisonOliviaMusic.com.
Awesome.
Check out our tour dates. And then, you know, also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all the things. We've got new music coming out this year. Lots of music videos that we're doing, so I'm excited to give fans that like visual aspect because I've never been able to do that yet. So it'll be fun.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Prime Time family, you heard it first from Madison Olivia. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for
and
having
have
me.
a great CRS.
Thanks, you too.
We are here at CRS with Nicole Croteau.
What's up?
How we doing?
I'm great, man. It's early to be downtown Nashville, but
Right?
I'm having fun.
Is this your first CRS?
So, technically, yes, as an artist, but I've been here in the past as a songwriter. I've played some TRS like songwriter events, but yeah, it's my first official year as an artist.
Awesome. So tell us where you're from and how you got into music.
Well, I'm from Whitefish, Montana, the Flathead Valley right near the Rocky Mountains. And I got into music kind of first because of church, because I was on the worship team, but also because there's really nothing else to do in Montana in the wintertime if you don't snowboard or ski.
Right.
And I tried to snowboard, but I kind of suck. So I started playing my guitar when I was really young. Wrote my first song at about 12 years old.
Amazing.
And that's how it all started for me, and it just kind of escalated from there.
That's awesome. So yeah, it seems like you've been doing the writing thing for a while and you've been killing it at that. But this year, 2026, you're really taking the leap as an artist and putting out a lot of music. You had your first one come out in February.
Yeah.
And then you have another song, $8 Hey, coming out March 27th.
Yeah, March, which is next week.
That's
which is
awesome.
Wild. Yeah.
So what's that lead? What are those two songs leading into?
Well, you know, so I feel like this is a great time to announce it, right? For those of you watching, I am putting out my debut EP in the end of April. I'm so excited. It's called
awesome.
Montana, and it's just about how I grew up and that way of life and the beauty in that state and just everything encompassing what Montana stands for is in those songs. So
Absolutely.
these first two are just a little taste, and then there's 3 more on the EP that are just so my heart and how I grew up. And I feel like anybody that appreciates that lifestyle and that beauty is really gonna love
Absolutely.
this project. So I'm really
What's one song on the project that is your favorite and maybe a sneaky one that
Oh,
people are
gosh.
gonna like?
Well, my favorite on the project, it's called Somewhere West, and I wrote it with my buddy Aaron John, and it's basically just about how you don't realize sometimes when you leave your hometown that you leave like part of the best part of you there.
Absolutely.
And so I moved out here to Nashville to chase a dream, but there's still so much of my heart that I left in Montana. And yeah, it's a sneaky one. I feel like it'll be like people's favorite because it's really like it makes me cry every time I listen to it.
Amazing.
My second favorite is Miss Montana because I feel like that one came out of nowhere. It was kind of a last minute addition to this project. We kind of had already wrapped cutting and then we wrote it and I was like, this has to go on it. And yeah, it's a really fun, like kind of Midlandy vibe
Amazing.
song,
So like, what is your sound like for people that haven't listened to your music yet? You know, how would you describe it?
My sound is spicy Western, so very much classic country. I like to tell people if you have a country buffet, that's country music. And then you got a little spice cabinet over here and you can choose to put a little chili powder, a little paprika or something on your food. That's like my music. It's just classic country with some spice and some soul.
Amazing. Who are some influences of yours?
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, on the country side, I would definitely say Chris Stapleton, Miranda Lambert. I love the way they write their lyrics. Going older than that, I really, really love Keith Whitley and I love Alan Jackson. I listen to a lot of, this is weird, but I listen to a lot of Nora Jones, which is like jazzy, but really soulful again, like lyrics on that Come Away With Me record. I listened to that like every night going to sleep for like 3 years when I was a kid, so awesome. I think it sneaks in there sometimes. But
who is your dream collab?
My dream collab right now as it stands, probably Chris Stapleton.
Yeah. So go check out Nicole's new music coming out, EP coming out in April. Nicole, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Primetime Country out.
Primetime Country.
We are here with Zach John King. How we doing?
What's up, man? I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good. So is this your first CRS?
It is.
Tell us, how's the experience so far?
I feel like it's fun. I remember last year I was like not a part of it, and I was kind of bummed because I had FOMO. I saw like all my people out here doing it, and I was like, I want to do that. So it's crazy. It kind of feels, it like reminds me of CMA Fest.
Absolutely.
Like all the busyness and stuff, but I really enjoy it. Yeah.
So tell us where you're from and how you got into music.
I'm from Fayetteville, Georgia, south of Atlanta by about an hour and a half. And first exposure to music for me was my grandma's radio in her kitchen cabinet. She had a little radio player, and it was like 18, let's see, what do we have? I want to say a station played anything from 1980s down.
That's awesome.
So she was always in the like era of, like the first song I heard was Patsy Cline.
Yeah,
It was crazy. And I remember thinking, I don't know what that is, but I love it. And so, that's my first exposure to music, and then just kind of kept chasing it.
Absolutely. So when did you decide to make the move to Nashville?
Right after COVID, I had a band in Athens, Georgia, an indie band that was a blast, but COVID kind of killed us. Like we couldn't play shows, couldn't really grow it. And on the tail end of that, so 2023, I started thinking like, if I'm gonna chase this dream and like try to make it something, I probably need to move to Nashville.
Right.
So I did. It was a perfect excuse to like take a chance.
Yep.
And I kind of knew that like if I didn't take it then, I'd have regretted it
for sure
way back. You know?
Absolutely. So you've been on the road with Morgan Wallen a little bit. Tell us about how that experience has been, and it looks like you've been able to hop on stage with him for a song or two.
Yeah, man, it's been insane. It's changed my life. I mean, I'm so thankful for him and the team. Took a swing on having me out there, and I've learned a ton too. Like I think I've learned how to set my live show up to such a standard that like when you go not knowing who I am, but you're gonna leave being like, oh, I like that guy.
Absolutely.
Give me more confidence for sure.
Yeah.
And that helps me. I think it helped me deal with pressure, really,
Absolutely.
like, because you got to.
Yeah.
Like, you're met with this challenge of, like, second night in, he was like, you want to come sing with me? And I was like, yeah, but I ain't never done that, in front of 65,000 people, so.
No, yeah, I heard that, Morgan Wallen just got a hold of your music and was like, yeah, let's definitely bring this kid along.
No, he made a slot for me, man. He found me on TikTok and made a slot that didn't exist. So,
That's so
I
cool.
owe so much to Mo, yeah.
So tell us about your recent release, Get to Drinking, and how that has transpired to your fans.
Man, it feels great. We wrote that song kind of searching for a single, which I don't usually write like that. I'll write kind of what I love, and if people like it, whatever. This was specifically for like the next single.
Right.
It was the last song of this retreat. And I remember I was like dog tired. It was like midnight. It was a hard write. Usually songs that I love are easy. They come out in like 2 hours. But this one was tough. It was like 6.5 hours, half asleep. It's kind of like, we don't know what we're doing. We got the demo back. 2 days later, I was like, there's something to this.
Yeah, that's really cool.
We cut it, ended up feeling like it was the one, put it out, and now live, we're like, we made the right decision.
Yeah.
It is so much fun.
I saw Ward down there posted on his story. He got a little care package
Yeah,
from you.
we've been giving like all the DSP teams and like people that have believed in that song, we've been giving them like some tequila that I love. And
Well, don't you have a certain drink you make?
I do. I have a crazy drink. And some people hate it, but it's Diet Coke, lime, and tequila.
Damn.
And if you want like an upper, that's an upper, boy.
That's the way to do
You
it.
got the caffeine, the tequila. It's good stuff.
Is that so? You're drinking that? You're drinking that like before shows and on the road.
So depending on like where we're at, I don't really drink before shows. On stage, I have like a little cup, and
For
sometimes there's not even liquor in there. But sometimes there is, and if it's in there, it's that drink. Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell us about your tour schedule for the rest of the year and what that looks like.
It's busy, man. We got, literally starting Stagecoach on is just crazy.
Well, that's going to be a great show.
It's going to be nuts.
Is this your first Stagecoach?
Oh, yeah.
Are you excited?
I'm so pumped. I can't wait. And so I think all these shows are leading up to a headline tour in the fall. So we haven't announced that, but we're announcing that in a few months. And so I'm just excited to see how we continue to grow and I continue to grow the brand. And then hopefully by the fall, the headline shows go really well and sell out. So.
Do you have a project in the works by chance?
I do.
Can you give out any information on it?
It's an album.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Release dates?
Before the end of the year.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything that we can, or what can we expect with the album?
It will be a big album, meaning like long.
Okay.
I ain't putting 8 songs out.
You ain't playing around.
I'm putting some good stuff out. It will be hopefully an introduction to who I am. I hope people listen to it and go, oh, that's Zach John King. And you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it.
Absolutely.
Which is what I want. I don't want people to be like, yeah, it's fine.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for people that maybe haven't listened to your music yet, how would you describe your sound, and maybe who are some influences to your music?
I equate it to like split the difference on what I grew up with. So I grew up on traditional country music and indie rock and alternative rock. So I'm kind of meeting in the middle there.
Right.
So that's what I pull from. I think you can hear it in my music. Even songs that maybe sway more traditional, there's elements in there that are like, oh, that's not what a normal traditional country song would have in there.
Yep.
So I think that's what I pull from. And then influences, man, it's all over the place right now. I listen to, I grew up like Third Eye Blind. My dad showed me. I was like, that's sick. And then again, I got Patsy Cline and Marty Robbins, like old school country. And then these days I'm like I love the Bad Bunny record.
Yeah.
I love jazz at home. Like if I've written all day, I listen to jazz, like jazz piano. So it's just all over the place. There's some Drake records that I'm loving right now for workouts and
Absolutely.
I just love music.
So what's your favorite part about being on the road and being able to like meet fans and see them react to your music?
That's it. It's meeting the folks. I think some people are different. Like some people love to create the records and they're kind of like, I'll tour them, but they don't love it. And I get that. I love meeting my fans.
Amazing.
Because to me, that's like the only thing that really matters. You can write songs, you can get good numbers.
Right.
But like if nobody's at your show,
no one's relating, no one.
It just doesn't matter. It's not a career. And so meeting people, we do a meet and greet. If I can do a meet and greet by the merch table, I will do one at every show, and we pretty much have.
Yeah.
And they've gotten to a point where like now they're about an hour long.
Yeah.
And I love it because I get to meet everybody.
No, it's so good. Well, Primetime family, you heard it first with Zach John King at CRS. Go check him out on the road. Go hit him up on socials. Check out his music. Zach, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for tuning in to Podunk Perspective. We drop new episodes every Monday. Till next time.